Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Longest episode, right? Yeah. Good evening again to our viewers. Yes, and welcome to our 11th episode of Be Bold.
Why not?
Yes, and magandang umaga to all our viewers from the Philippines.
Muy buenas noches a todos los que nos están escuchando y uniéndose a este nuevo programa de Be Bold, Why Not? Bienvenue toutes les personnes qui aussi nous écoutent de la France peut-être. Et bienvenue une autre fois. Et c'était un plaisir vraiment d'être ici.
Awesome. That was like, I didn't understand it, but that sounded so good.
Well, we try to just kind of know. It's beautiful to try to connect, you know.
That's right.
There is no perfection in the language, but it's just the heart is there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And of course, you're watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. And
well, also they can find us in Good Talk, Podcast Index, Stitcher, Pandora, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, and Deezer.
That's right. And another live is streamed at Lawin.live. And if you missed our live show, Atala has mentioned the other podcasts, that if you don't have those podcast platforms, you can also listen to our recorded one at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, and Player FM. So there's a lot of ways for you to actually be able to listen and watch our show. But before we begin our show tonight, or we already began.
Yeah, I am so excited because the last couple of weeks we couldn't, be together. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I miss you because it's not the same thing, you know? The fact to be together, to engage, it just has different kind of energy, actually.
That's right. But how you been, Atala?
Well, I have been very busy, but productive busyness, you know? Like I had the opportunity to do some beautiful things this past weekend, engage with some Latin women in an event, and it was just beautiful, you know? When people has the heart to make things happen, it just kind of create a nice relation and connection. So it was really, really nice. What about you, MJ? How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Well, I'm feeling better, of course. I'm back to work, my first day back to work. Well, unfortunately, I got sick. And it's like, what's going on with Atala and MJ? It's like we got sick, like
I got first and then
and mine. It's like we're talking about reflection, law of reflection in our previous episodes. And it seemed like I was given that opportunity to reflect on myself.
But those moments are truly moments to reflect because there is not so much activity going on and we need to learn to pause in life. So I think they're like those moments that they are so necessary in life.
Yes, like I got to take a break, right? And just rest. I mean, because our body needs that. We cannot just keep going and going and going until, we get sick because we're so stressed and all that. I think it was an opportunity for me to at least have a little bit of a rest because, I've been so busy with a lot of other things, but thank God, even though I got sick, it's not good to get sick, but sometimes your body just wants you to listen to yourself because, yes, it's our body. We got to take care of ourselves for us to be able to take care of other people. But before that, as we have always been doing in the show, we have a game. So viewers, please make sure that you stay and listen and watch, because we're going to be asking questions again, so we can just send you simple gifts.
Simple questions also, but you need
Yeah.
to really listen and connect. And any question, any aha moments, any ideas that you have also, please just feel free to participate.
Yes, that's right. But let's show our game teaser. Can you show that? So
How to join the game. 1. Watch the live show and listen to the conversations. 2. Watch out for the 2 questions of the day on your screen. 3. Type your answer for each question in the comment box. 4. The first to type in the correct answer for each question wins. Good luck!
5 steps, simple, so you cannot miss them.
yes, good luck. But we have our first viewer who's actively participating in our show. Thank you so much. Watching from Houston. Christian. Hello, Christian. How are you doing?
He's wonderful, let me tell you.
Oh, yes. This guy, oh my God, we won't be able to do this show without him. It's so different when he's with us, because he just makes it.
It's very unique.
Yes.
Like solving problems, figure out at the moment, creativity and professionalism. So thank you so much, Christian.
Yeah, and the technical skills that he has, I mean, we can't beat that. So thank you, Christian, for watching always, right?
And today we have a very special program. Don't you think, MJ? I think it's helping us actually also to apply in our lives as well. Not only for, the people who are watching right now, but also we're going through a lot of changes. So what a better way to really kind of start sharing a little bit about the laws that we're going to
we're going to talk about
today.
The first law that we're going to talk about tonight is the law of the rubber band. What a good law, because it's like the comparison of life to a rubber band. It's very true, because the law of rubber band pretty much says that if you're going to stop growing when you lose that tension between where you are now and what you want to become. It's like you're stopping your growth because you don't want to stretch. And in life, we go through those many changes that we are scared because we don't want to stretch. We don't want to go above and beyond. As John Maxwell says in the book, your potential is God's gift to you. But our gift back to God is what we do or how we develop that potential.
And I think also it's about being very brave in life, When we have this kind of, turning moments in our life that, suddenly, you have to make a decision, you have to move to another country, or maybe you need to just kind of start a new job, or maybe you want to move into your business, you have to stretch. There is no way that you have to continue with the same mindset, because maybe that's going to not take you so long, But when you decide to jump into something new, it's like an adventure. That stretching is allowing you to find more gifts and talents, and actually connect with your true authenticity, and also with your true desire of purpose in life. So it's very important. Stretching for me is like a way to say, hey, what else am I going to find here? Something else I'm going to develop, or maybe more connections, or another opportunity to just keep going with my purpose in life. So it is something that we must actually apply and welcome into our life.
Embrace. And actually, just a simple example, like exercising, right? So when we try to get into our routine of exercise, and then we start from like, okay, I'm going to do a 15-minute exercise today. And then for a week, you'd be doing that, and then you just plateau. And it's like but you are going to go to a 30-minute the next time. And then you're going to go to 45 minutes. So you're building your stamina, you're building, that desire to go more than what you do today. So it's like you become better from yesterday.
You're developing muscles.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, also in sales, for example, in your business. sometimes, you keep going and you think that nothing is happening. And sometimes you feel a little bit like, made down because, see, what are all my efforts? Now what is coming next? That's a moment of stretching also. Stretching your mindset, stretching your belief system, stretching actually your inner strength, even your faith also. All these elements have to take place because without the stretching, I don't think that you can really kind of see how much you have been accomplished in life.
Yeah, because we have so many gifts. I mean, God has given us all these talents, this potential. We have so much. But what do we do with these gifts? What do we do with this potential? If we get stuck and we're not doing anything, it's because we don't want to stretch. Because with stretching comes some discomfort, comes from some pain, right? Because that's part of growing. But if we don't want the discomfort, if we don't want failure, if we don't want any of those, things that are stopping us from growing, we're not going to grow. We're just going to be stagnant. But we have to set those goals though, right? It's important that when you want to achieve something, so you can stretch out and reach your potential, we have to set those goals. And those goals should be like, there's a phrase or like an acronym that actually John Maxwell uses in the material as like the SMART phrase, which means S is for specific. We have to really know what we want, right? It's not more or bigger, or you have to set, like, for example, if you want to earn more money for next month in your business, you have to set a specific goal, like your target.
Like clarity gives you direction, remember
Yes.
that. Without clarity, there is confusion.
Yes, that's right. And then M is measurable. Yes, because you have to be able to actually account for what you have achieved in that short span of time. Like, for example, next week, I want to lose, like, not next week.
Yeah, just like a very short.
Kidding.
Like, but you know what? Sometimes you have to just start, as you say, little by little. I have been having this, like a question from people sometimes when I'm coaching someone. I struggle to wake up early in the morning. Simple as that, So don't try to jump into, you wake up at 7 and then you want to suddenly start waking up at 5. There's going to be a delay there because maybe you're not going to be accepting that challenge or that change. But just little by little, gradually, because in that way you start inviting your mind, your body, and you start creating this kind of humble habit to change anything that you want. But it's a stretching.
That's right. So we have talked about specific, measurable, there's attainable, and then realistic. Yes, we have to be realistic. We can't be like creating or getting like developing goals that we know it's impossible, right? And time. We have to set a time frame.
Because we're going to have to go to a very short break.
Yeah.
We're going to just return just right back.
Oh, it's a break already. Oh my gosh. Well, that's really cool. We're having so much fun here. So let's go for a break and we'll be back.
When you're having fun. So let's just talk a little bit about this load. So stretch is always turned inside out. What do you think about that?
That's true, because you have to have that inner desire to actually stretch out and reach your full potential and set your goal, you have to have that desire. That's why it comes from inside. And then if you start from within, then you spread it out. It doesn't come from outside. The external forces won't make you stretch. It has to come from you.
Like consciousness, you have to have this kind of waking moment to say, I want something more. And I'm going to go and get it. So at the moment that you make a decision on a conscious level, that's going to start the stretch. And also it's going to lead you to change, of course. And that's going to lead you to be a little bit maybe, not just outside of your comfort zone, but also it will lead you to maybe to the right connections, to the right atmospheres, to the right business, because you are going outside of your comfort zone. So things going to start looking different when you think about it.
Yes, that is right. Because people can make you change. It has to come from you. And then if you do that, then it will become a lifestyle.
Definitely.
Yes. Once you keep doing it and practicing the stretching power, the power of stretching, then it becomes a lifestyle. Now we grow easier and better. And that's how it is. So remember, stretching comes from inside, not outside. All right?
And you know what? You made me think about something else. This is a very important law, because think about it. We start really teaching, not just, like applying it to our lives. If our kids or teenagers, they start looking at, this is an opportunity for me to get out of my comfort zone, to become better as a person, as a human being, as a student, as a son, as a mother, as an employee or business partner or whatever it is. What a great opportunity that we all have to embrace this love in our lives.
Oh, yes, that's very true. I can set my daughter as an example. I don't know, but that girl, she never fails to amaze me, amaze us, because she's so busy. Like, she's a dancer, she's a performer, she's a singer and all that, and she's in high school. But on top of that, she wants to graduate with an associate degree in high school.
Wow.
So even though she's already so busy and she's doing a lot of things, she's stretching herself to do more by enrolling in dual credit courses or advanced placement courses. So she gets her college degree associates in high school.
But think about it. Yeah. You start in an early age. Think about how it's going to be your life,
Yes.
Like you create a lifestyle. So it's going to actually exponentially, take you faster where is your destination, I believe. Yes. So we really should really embrace this law and really take it like a very healthy habit.
That's right. And we develop habits, they say, in like 21 days. So if we make it a habit to stretch and really do more and more and more, then it becomes a habit and it becomes a lifestyle. So that's the law of the rubber band.
Remember, for nutrition, for, even if you want to start exercising or just waking up early in the morning or start a business, or maybe, you have a better relationship within yourself, whatever is that true desire that you want, just welcome this love into your life. That's what I can say.
Yes, that's very true. And again, our viewers and watchers, please, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, ideas that you just want to share to the show, please feel free to do so, because we are wanting you to really engage more so you can, make this a more interesting and
just, this is not about us.
It's about you. Yeah, we're doing this for you. So please feel free to do that. So we're going to go to the next law. Yeah, the law of,
which is?
The law of trade-offs. Okay.
I like that one.
Trade-offs, yeah. Well, the law of trade-offs pretty much says that we have to give up something, right? To go up.
Achieve something else.
For us to go up the ladder, sometimes we have to give up some things in life. Because as we go up, there are things that are pulling us down because the baggage is so heavy.
It's amazing what you just said, because think about for a moment, sometimes we want to achieve something, but in order for us to be able to go to the next level, we will have to give up maybe spending more time with friends, maybe going out for dinner, spending a lot of money in dinner, maybe just kind of become more disciplined, more organized, you name it. So
Yeah.
we have to always, it's a trade-off. So
It is. It is. I have to give up watching my Korean drama. Okay, that's one thing interesting. Okay, so what does MJ like to do on her spare time?
you just say it.
I just said it. Yes, that's true. And sometimes we just want to do so many things at the same time, and then we lose focus, and then we tend to overstretch ourselves, and that's when we can actually grow. As I said, we have too heavy baggage that
And
we're
we're
carrying.
not using our
Yeah.
energy wisely
Mhm.
because again, everything's energy. You
Mhm.
know, every activity that we're doing, every conversation that we're having, every action that we're taking, every thought, every word express energy.
Mhm.
Sometimes we have to come to the conclusion,
Mhm.
say, what is really my top priority? That it will take me to the next level. And be very focused and develop that mindset. Go forward every single day, work in that main goal. And that will actually change your mindset definitely. But also you're going to start seeing more, a better outcome. You're going to start really feeling more confident because you're moving forward with grace, with that kind of, energy, like focus. So it's very important to always decide what do I need to give up in order to achieve something bigger in my life.
That's right. That's right. Well, I guess we're going to ask our first question now. Should we? The first question, I think, is it true? This is true or false? Stretch always comes from inside. True or false? Oh wait, no. The question. All right, the first question. Okay. Can we flash it again? Our first question. Under the law of trade-off, you have to blank and blank to go up.
Okay. I think that we mentioned before. So if you were listening, I'm sure that you're going to get it right.
Yes, and again, for the winner, you're going to get a very simple gift from us. But of course, we appreciate you for participating, and we really love for you to keep watching us. It's just something from the bottom of our heart that we can share with you if you know the answer. So make sure to put it in the comment, and whoever puts the right question or right answer first will win.
I wanted to share that with you that this past weekend I have the opportunity to participate in an event with a group of women from Latin America, and I was able to take the gift in person to her, to the person who won last time. She really loved it, and she was saying, really, really thank you for the gift, and she wanted to say thank you to also to each one of us, just for being able to recognize, her participation.
Yes, that's right. So going back to the law of trade-offs, so what are the things that you have given up in your life, Atala, to grow more?
I think to become more focused in what I really want in my life. And that's mean really to really touch more people, like helping them with different life transitions, to help them with embrace more their peace, their inner strength. So what I have done honestly is give up sometimes for more like a socializing. I am a very social person, but sometimes say, okay, if I need to do an activity, if I need to call somebody, if I need to do a coaching session, I'm really focused on that because I'm adding value to other people in different way. And I also try to create a routine, like in the morning, certain things that I do in the mornings, I decided to be very kind of specific in what how I wanted to start my day. So I create like a routine, and I develop like mindset, a spiritual strength, like exercising also, also like emotional strength too, because to me all those things are helping me to be strong and prepared to what I want to achieve. So giving up, and creating other things.
Yes, for me, I think because recently, I've been trying to lose weight, so I've given up eating. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, honestly, I'm doing intermittent fasting. So you know how people are so used to eating 3 meals a day plus snacks in between, right? I've given up some of that. Now I only eat probably 2 good meals a day. I've done like 16 to 22 hour of fasting. So for me to achieve what I want and to lose that weight, to become healthier, I've given up eating part of my,
Are you giving up or are you choosing wisely?
Yeah,
while you're
and
eating too.
and I'm picking, yeah, of course, I have to eat healthier too. So sometimes we just have even those little things or simple things that we can do to give up so we can achieve our goal or we can reach, our full potential when we have to do it. And I kind of have, as you said, sometimes we have so many things that we're doing and our energy is so spread out. So in that case, we may achieve one thing, little thing, but it's not significant
That's
enough.
right.
It's not significant enough that will actually improve ourselves. So as you have said earlier, if you give up on some things and focus more on on your actual priorities, then your energy is also more focused on that thing and you can achieve more. You can go up more.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Something else, when you are achieving, even a small step to normal, success, it just makes you feel even more energized. And it's still to, your energy is not going to go away. Actually, it's like you duplicate your energy because you feel happy, you feel motivated, you accomplish something that you promised yourself. So it's like you become more disciplined and you start to develop different kind of relationship with your priority goal. There is harmony.
Yes, of course. Again, please, we encourage our viewers, shout outs, any comments, questions, please feel free to do so. Do we have any comments at all from our viewers so far? Oh, well, Attorney Eileen Ligot-Dizon said, I try to give up eating sweets. It's still a work in progress. Oh my gosh, me too. I got sweet tooth. Sometimes
But you know what? It's okay
crave.
because it's just little by little, And again, I believe a lot about creating harmony because sometimes there is this kind of internal fight that's what's creating even more the craving, right? So when it's harmony, that synchronicity, there is not so much stress. It's okay. Little by little, I want to be able to not just control because it's not about controlling our desires or cravings, It's more about embracing them with even with love. That way your body responds better.
Yep. Because when you give up something, it's you're willing to change, and change is actually more personal. You have to decide for yourself that you want to change something.
I love what you said, but I think we're going to have to go very quickly to another break.
Yeah, in a minute. We're going to go on a break in a minute. Okay, so yeah, change is personal. And the only permanent thing in this world is change. So we have to be willing to actually go through those changes and give up some of the things that are stopping us from actually wanting to grow. Because yes, we only live once. We want to live and make the most out of it and all that. But also, we cannot be everything that we want. God has designed us to be something for a specific purpose. And we just have
that's
to,
something that is very simple for people to just it's just an invitation. Think about how many hours are you spending in social media. Just think about it. How many times you go and check your telephone on daily basis? You can easily count those hours and start substituting, I maybe need to stretch out. I need to drink more water. I need to go and eat healthier. I need to go and just take a little walk or do something different. Very as simple as that. Most of the time, we're not even aware about how many hours a day we're just checking the telephone unconsciously.
That's right. I think that's actually the biggest thing now is social media. We tend to get so engrossed and people get addicted with this thing because it's so handy. It's there. And people just want instant gratification. And that's what we've been doing. But as you have said, even just starting maybe a few minutes a day to give up that time that you spend in social media, and substitute it with something more productive, then we can grow more and we can really achieve better things. We can make use of our time, of our life, of our resources in better ways that can actually make us grow and be better in dealing with our own lives, with other people. So it's very true. I think social media is the number one thing that people need to not totally give up, because social media also has some advantages, like people, if you want to grow your business, if you want to reach your relatives or friends all over the world, there are positive things about social media, but we can't spend so much time on it. So we have to give up some time for social media.
I think just try. Let's just all try.
Yes.
Because I think we are all are part of this. I mean, and this situation, we all experience this kind of, as you mentioned, it could be addiction sometimes, right? But it's very important to say, what else can I do instead to just spending hours? So this is just an invitation. Count the hours that you're spending every single day and start being creative about how do you want to substitute that time for something healthier.
Actually, let's make it a challenge.
That's
right.
That's
anyway, I think we're going to go on a short break now. So we'll be back.
We're back.
Yes, but before we move on to the next law or the final law for tonight, we would like to repeat our first question. Can we flash the question? So the first question, under the law of trade-offs, you have two blank and blank to go up. So whoever has the answer, please feel free to put it in the comment. So law of trade-offs, simply saying we have to know our priorities. We have to actually focus our energy on the things that can help us grow and give up some of the things that are stopping us. Like release some of the heavy burden. So
I like the word release.
Yes, we have to release something and free up ourselves so we can actually achieve more. So that's the law of trade-offs. Okay, so we've talked about the law of the rubber band. We've talked about the law of trade-offs. Now we're going to talk about the final law for tonight, which is very interesting. It sounds actually cool. What is it, Atala?
The level of curiosity.
Okay, the law of curiosity.
What does mean that?
Let me think. Okay.
What do you think?
You know, I have a funny story.
Sure.
My son, PJ, my oldest, he's 24 now, almost 25. You know, when he was small, like when he was like a toddler, maybe 2 to 3 years old, up until now, you know what's his favorite question is?
Which was?
Why? I'm not kidding. Even now, he would always say, why? And when he was little, he's like, you would be thinking, if you tell him to do something, he's like, why? So, you know, that curiosity, it should never go away from us, because there is always something out there that we need to learn. We don't stop learning. We don't stop asking questions, because once we stop, that's it.
And
how are we going to,
when you ask questions, it's amazing how much you learn just by asking a simple question. You know, actually you remind me something. When I am working with patients, I always ask questions. Always. Why? Because to me it's like engaging, connecting, finding a little bit more about how can I serve better the patient. And it's not just because you want to know his life, and it's just because when you ask simple questions, key questions, you can help more and serve better, actually.
Yes, and it's part of our job, actually. Like I work with patients every day. So whenever we get new consults in the hospital, of course, I have to have this set of questions that I need to know from the patient, because otherwise I won't be able to serve this patient in the right way if I don't ask questions. We can't just be creating something out of nothing. We base our plan, right, on the answers to the question. So it's not just learning to expand our knowledge and all that, but if we want to learn and build relationships with other people, we have to know that person actually. We have to know those people that we want to build relationships with.
And actually, they will be very
Yeah.
thankful because you make them feel like at home.
Mhm.
So who doesn't want to feel at home and more in a medical setting? But not
Yeah.
only that, I think when we develop the power of asking powerful questions or key questions, it's amazing. You
Mhm.
engage, you connect, you can help,
Mhm.
you understand their needs, their desires, and it
Mhm.
helps you actually to do your job better.
Yes, and it also shows that you are actually interested.
Mhm.
You are interested into, the other person's life and issues and all that. Because if you like, say for example, you met someone and you just say, hi, hello, and that's it. It's like, oh, the
There is
person would
no
think like, what?
engagement.
Yeah, there's no engagement. Why is this person so like very like
Cold,
cold or not even interested. It seems interested to know about me or to learn
But
about.
just think about
Yeah.
it, when you're in your business, for example, or with your with your team, it's important to ask them, how are you feeling today? To be
Mhm.
very authentic in that question.
Mhm.
Most of the time we have like, how are you doing? Okay. No. When you ask how are you feeling, you will get as an answer like the person is expressing feelings. I
Mhm.
feel this and that. So you start really connecting at a deeper level, for example.
And we stimulate our growth when we ask questions. When, that's like I said, my son's favorite question is why. Because if you stop asking, it's like, it's there. That's it. You don't want to know anything more. And that's it. You're not interested. So you're not growing. You're not even giving that opportunity for the other person to even get to know you if you're also not willing to share your answers.
And also something else, for example, just like if we start a business, and we don't know something about marketing, guess what? You can always go and find answers. Be curious enough to go with the right people. In that way, you don't have to just spend hours and hours trying to figure out. Be curious about it. Connect with people. Go with the person that knows more, but be curious about, maybe she can help you in something that you don't know, but at the same time, you can add value to their lives.
Yes, learn from the experiences of other people. That's why we should be willing to ask questions. And also, we should be willing to share our experiences.
Definitely.
To help other people grow as well. So I think we're going to ask our second question. Can we flash the second question, please? Yeah, the second question I think is it true that stretch comes from inside?
Yes or no?
Yeah, true or false? That's the second question. Anyway, so going back to the law of curiosity, when you were younger, Atala, what was the most like
Question?
yeah, what were the questions that you often ask yourself?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
No, not just about myself. My friends say, Atala, you always used to come with these kind of unique questions. You name it. So you were always make us think about it. It was not a typical question like a child or teenager or a young adult. I was always asking deep questions without even the intention. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it was more like the meaning of life, like the purpose of, I mean, on daily basis, for example. It was something that to me that was like about really the meaning of why I'm here, what is my purpose, but also I was always asking those kind of questions to my friends, to my son, for example, always questions that they were deep. That's my mind works in that way. So I found like there were a lot of important moments and transformational moments by just asking those kind of questions. How about you, MJ?
Yeah, I think kind of the same as you. Well, especially recently when I got sick and I had the chance to actually reflect on so many things. And when your body is not feeling well, you still want to do things, but your body just wants you to rest. So that's what I did. But then I had the opportunity, actually the time, to take a break and pause and actually think about what I really want to do in this life and what is my purpose in this life. And as you said, I want to find more meaning to my existence. So as I've shared in our previous episodes, Atala and I have met because we attended, the national certification. Yeah, and it's like he teaches about personal growth and development. At the same time, he also helps you to become a better speaker and all that. And I've always been so like inspired by these people like Tony Robbins. Oh my God, they're very good speakers. John Maxwell is a very spiritual man, and he has helped so many people grow, and he's got a really big program. I've learned from Ted McGrath. So I'm asking myself, how can I mean, I've learned from them so much that I have the materials, but how can I make use of this, of the teachings that I've learned from them? So now I'm trying.
I know.
Yeah.
Action.
Yes.
If we want something, we must take action. Because sometimes we have so many talents that we spread out, our ideas. But again, if we talk about priority, and since I met you, I remember you were telling me about you want to be a speaker, and I think you have that natural talent. So it's very important to identify also our natural talents and develop them. Because in that way you put your emphasis, your strength, your focus, your energy. And I really believe that your talent is so natural, and you embrace that. You're eloquent naturally, and I mean, you have that gift. So when we have those gifts, we should really go forward,
Yeah. And that I had that time to reflect, why am I here? What is my purpose? And I think my purpose is just to impact other people in the talents that God has given me. And my biggest really dream is to become a speaker, actually creating programs that will share our experiences, share all the knowledge that I've learned from all these gurus and all that, and help people in my own little way. I think that's the thing. So I got to reflect on why am I here? Why? And that question we should always ask ourselves, why am I doing this?
I think you already went to all the reflections, all the laws, in that moment.
Yes, and I think that's why we're doing this, because it's kind of like we're sharing this, but also we are learning from it. We are growing, and it's a refresher for us, because we have put this in the back burner, and it's like we just put it out there. I mean, aside, but now we have the opportunity to actually share it to everyone. And that also, as we do it, we're also learning and trying to realize what we're here for.
And also, I think it's very important to recognize that it's all evolution. Sometimes we don't think that we are evolving, but in reality, you have to always look back to your life and just kind of put all the dots together, because it's leading you to something. I think you have to have that clear vision and put your energy and develop your faith. That muscle that is just so powerful, because when you have a purpose, I really believe God is going to make it happen in the perfect moment. Not when you want it, but when you are ready to receive also.
That's right. And everybody has a purpose in this life. We just need to know what that is. And we just have to be sensitive, and we just have to listen to that small voice, that the Holy Spirit, that desire in your heart. Something is there that is actually wanting to come out, and we just have to be receptive of that.
And be bold to accept
it
and do it.
Yes, and to be bold to actually take action. Yes, and that's the important thing, because we may have all these goals and desires and everything, but if we're not doing anything, then it's like it's just there. It's not doing anything. So we're gonna
have to go now again.
No, we're gonna have to go on a break again.
What is estate and why do we plan it? What is estate planning?
But you know, actually, good question. I love that question. What is estate and why do we plan for that? You say estate, we're talking about what comes into your mind.
Mine is like land and property, houses.
Yes, you're right. Assets. You know, that's your estate. That's why when somebody passed away, we settle the estate. That's what we do when we do probate. We settle the estate because the estate is what you left for your loved ones. So while you're alive, you're accumulating this estate. Why we say estate planning? Why? Well, because mainly the reason why you're doing the planning is you're thinking about what will happen when you pass away, most likely, right?
I
'Cause
mean, we
that's-
all pass away
I
someday.
know. It's just a matter of when. Hopefully not too soon because we want to enjoy our
Drive safe, eat healthy, go to the gym.
It has been a very nice program, you know. I was thinking about, we talk about these laws, so it's like a very good way to reflect, as you said, you know, because we can apply in our lives. We can always remember, you know, where we're missing and how we can actually embrace them, but at a more conscious level.
Yeah, and you know, in life, I know we should enjoy life and live life to the fullest and all that, but we should also never stop asking
Growing.
questions and stop
Be
growing.
curious.
Yeah, we should always be curious what's going on with the world. Because if it's like if we're in that box that we don't even care about what's going on around us, you never know. If something is already going on significantly and you're still not aware.
You know,
And then,
I always think like
yeah.
it's like when you're traveling for the first time to another country. You are so curious. You are so alert. You are ready to explore and connect. I think life should be more like that. You know, let me tell you this. Sometimes when I'm here in Houston, I've been here for many years. I always try to approach in that way with the curiosity. You know, because you never know who do you're gonna meet, what experience you're gonna have. There is no one day the same. Even though we do the same things over and over, we should always be curious to explore more, to become more.
Yes, and we should never, never stop learning. Okay, so let's repeat our questions. The first question was fill in the blank. You have two blank and blank for you to grow up, right? And then the second question was basically asking if it's true that stretch always comes from inside. It's a true or false question. So for our viewers who know the answer, feel free to put in the comment and we will, you know, announce the winner at the end of the show. If we have one, and even if you didn't answer, for example, during the show, if you get back to our Facebook page and you know the answer, you can just put the answer there and we will still recognize you as a winner. So summarizing the laws that we have talked about tonight, the first one was the law of the rubber band, you know, which basically means that if you stop the tension from where you are now to where you want to be and you don't want to get stretched anymore, then you stop growing.
That's correct.
Yeah. And we should never, ever stop growing. We should always try to go above and beyond. And if you achieve something, there should be a bigger goal.
And
Right?
that's something important,
Yes.
you know, because at the end of the day, you want to grow in different areas of your life. Never just try to grow in the one that you feel very comfortable, because that's what is also that is stretching. Maybe you have to evaluate your life and see and recognize other areas in which you say, this is my time to grow and to be that, you know, persistent and disciplined.
Yeah, and always remember, it's never too late. It's never too late to grow. And it's always good to start early because like I said, example, some of those kids already have developed that, you know, responsibility and all that. They start early, but it doesn't mean that if we're like on our age that we should stop growing. No, it's never too late. You can always get better. There's always an opportunity for you to even grow. Like for example, at my age, we have been talking about I want to become a speaker, right? I mean, it's not too late. It's not too late. I can still do it. It's just the willingness to take the action and to take that extra pain and discomfort just for you to, you know, there's no glory if there's no pain. No pain, no gain, as they say, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Like when you exercise, after you exercise, you get
Every
muscle
muscle,
pain and like, yes, but then if you do more and more, then it becomes like a habit, and then it becomes a
And I think that
lifestyle.
most important also is to believe that you gonna achieve that goal. You know,
Mhm.
there is no obstacles with exception the
Mhm.
ones that we create here. So it's very important. Be a master of your mindset.
Mhm.
Because when you really want something in life, I truly believe that sooner or later you're gonna arrive there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing you in the next event as a speaker. You know,
Yeah. Oh, I would love to. I mean, I've been doing it like small things. Like there's a group at Baytown, Texas, that they always ask me to be their speaker in their Bible studies and all that. And I love the women of work from Baytown, Texas. Hello, everyone. I miss y'all. I mean, it's just so much fun, going to their events or going to their gathering and fellowship. Oh my gosh, I just fell in love with them. Like if Baytown would be so close, I probably would be there every week. But it's,
but and that
yeah,
is coming. I really
yeah.
think that sometimes it's all about
Mm-hmm.
taking action. You
Mm-hmm.
know, every little step will take you to the next level and the next level. And when you less expect it, you are arriving to the destination. So I completely agree with you. I think that speaking is beautiful. Connecting
Mm-hmm.
with people, engaging with people, and sharing your message is something that if you feel strong about, I can guarantee you're going to be there.
Yes, yes, because I mean, I grew up in public speaking, and well, I kind of have spoken in a big stage here because during the Jan Maxwell certification that we attended like many years ago, they had this competition before the event that you kind of submit your speech and they pick people that will actually speak in the
I
final
remember.
stage. I got into the quarterfinals. So I had the opportunity to speak on stage with some of the contenders, and it was fun. I mean, it's like, because when you're sharing your story and you're speaking from the heart, actually it makes your story so
Nobody
beautiful.
knows any. I mean, you know better
Yeah.
than anybody else around the story.
Mhm.
And your
Yeah.
transformation as well.
Yeah.
So that's what make an impact. on
Yeah,
people's
so I
lives.
stretched myself a little bit there because, in the Philippines, I have gone as far as the national competition for
Mhm.
public speaking, but here in the U.S., at least I had that opportunity. It was a national event too,
You
so
remind me.
I kind of stretched myself a little bit there. I came out of my comfort zone, so that was a good learning experience for me to apply the law of the rubber band.
Let me tell you that many years ago, before my son went to the university, I set on my mind like I wanted to give a speech to the university in Mexico 1 year before. And I set up like, say, it's going to be for my birthday. And guess what happened? I was invited to go on March the 9th. My birthday is March the 10th. So March 9th, I was in front of the audience in Mexico City at the university giving the speech. So I say, when you have a vision about something, you put your energy, your effort, your heart, things happen.
Exactly, exactly. If you put your heart into it and you're willing to do some sacrifices, just like preparing for that speech is not easy, but you just have to sacrifice some of the things. You have to give up some of the things that's stopping you from doing it. So I was creating my speech, which was mostly related to my life story. I mean, there are things that I had to include in the speech. There are things that I had to take out just for me to be able to create a good speech that will impact the audience. And yeah, I mean, it's like it's the willingness to actually do it and just go for it. Yeah, and be willing to stretch out a little bit. Go through that pain. There might be some failures along the way, but it's part of the learning
But
process.
it's a good pain, when you're
Oh, yes.
stretching, even in anything that you're doing, it's amazing how that feeling of say you made it, you did it. I mean that you decide to go forward and look how much you have achieved. So that's a law that we should all embrace it.
Yes, the law of the rubber band. And then, of course, the law of trade-offs. We just have to give up some of the things that are stopping us from growing. We have to release some of the things, the negative energy. We have to release that.
Even
It's
people,
not only, yeah.
even people, conversations, atmospheres, you name it. You have to be very selective.
Yes, like toxic relationships, as they say. Because if some people are actually pulling you down and they're not happy because you are trying to advance and go up the ladder, then they're not worth it. I mean, we love people, but there are people that don't want you to grow. And if that's the case, then you won't be able to reach your full potential. You won't be able to actually impact other people. You won't be able to positively, make a difference if you let those people that are actually pulling you down to pull you down.
And very easy
yeah.
way to identify, listen to your body. Your body will respond to any stimulus. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Conversation, again, a place, a simple environment. So that's very important. Be very, very honest with yourself. And
Mhm.
see, you need to to just kind of say no to any person in your life that is taking away your energy and your focus.
Yeah, and just have enough in your plate. Just have enough. Because if your plate is too full and it's overflowing, then you're making a clutter in your life, right? So we have to declutter. We have to declutter our life and just focus on the positive things. We have to put that energy on the things that we know would help people more.
That's correct.
Yes. So that's the lay. That's the law.
And the other one that I love, and is of course, the one is the love of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Please just continue to be curious with your life, with learning, exploring. There is beauty when you learn something else. There is beauty when you are asking questions to your team or to your kids, maybe to your husband, to your employees. Be curious about their lives because that can make a difference also.
Yes.
In your life.
Yes, and that's how we build relationships. Is when we want to get to know other people, that means that we want to have that lifelong relationship with that person. And we only get to learn about them if we ask questions, if we stay curious, right? Yeah, let's enjoy life, but we should never stop learning. So again, hope you'll learn from the laws that we have shared with you tonight, the law of the rubber band, the law of trade-offs, and the law of curiosity. And
before, because it's important. We can add value to their lives, but I want to also to share where they can find you.
Yes, of course. If you want to learn more about what we're talking about, you can reach me. My social media, Nurse MJ, my Instagram account, Nurse MJ for you, or you can email me at mjversosac@gmail.com. And what about you, Atala?
Well, also, if you want to reach me, you can just find me on Instagram as Atala Coach, in Facebook Atala Tobar, and also LinkedIn Atala Tobar. And I'm going to share also my website. It's going to be also atalatobar.com. So you can also find us there and learn more about ourselves.
That's right. And in the future, just look out. We're gonna have an event, and you will be able to mingle with us live, and we're gonna be able to share more of these beautiful resources that we have, and all the knowledge and experiences that Atala and I have actually learned over the years, and just to connect with you. So we will have that event next year.
It's going to be very nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. Networking event for sure. A lot of laws we're going to be applying in those events. But the most important is going to be focusing you and develop human connection.
And we're going to have so much fun, right? So much fun. It's always fun to be with people. I mean, I can't say enough how I love
the energy.
I love being with people and just sharing positive experiences. I just love people. I don't know, but like with our friends, when we don't even plan for anything, but when we see each other, oh yeah, let's have dinner, let's just cook. I mean, there's no planning, but because we want to connect.
You know what? Also something else, because there is well-being. As soon as you start interacting with somebody, the conversation and all those things, your body start releasing this kind of endorphins, that make you feel better.
Yeah, so the good hormones.
Yeah, it's healthier, yes. So it's always to interact with others, and for sure about the love for humanity, I think that we share that kind of value, I mean, interest, or simple as a purpose. I think humanity is something that we can always connect a very deep level, and there is so much beauty when you develop good relationship with others.
That's right. And it starts with a vertical relationship. If we have a great relationship spiritually with our Creator, we can spread a very good relationship horizontally with all the people that we come across with. So again, thank you so much for joining us tonight here at Be Bold.
Why not?
And always, always look out for our show, please. Next Monday, it's going to be our 12th episode. So watch
7
it.
p.m.
Yes.
Central Time.
That's right. Every Monday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you again next week. You all have a good night and God bless.
Have a beautiful week.